Welcome back to my Instagram Live. Lovely to be with you. How are you on this beautiful, sunny, happy Thursday? I hope you're all having a really, really good day and that the sun is shining on you. Where are you? Let me know. Drop me a note in the comments. It'd be nice to see where you all are. Hope you've been outside getting some fresh air. I have got a busy day indoors all today. We're going to be doing a new photo shoot. It's going to be really fun, lots going on. So I actually went out really early this morning and I got my grounding in. So I went out for a quick run and then I've just got this new routine where I just sit, instead of just rushing straight back and showering and getting on with the day, I just take my trainers and my socks off and I just sit under a tree, find somewhere kind of really nice and quiet and put my feet on the ground and just have 10 minutes or so just connecting. And sometimes actually I really feel that I'm drawn to it and I want to spend longer. Anyway, it's all about earthing, grounding. And I was recommended, actually somebody on here recommended that I should watch the Earthing movie on YouTube. And I'd seen it before a long, long time ago, but I'd kind of forgotten about it. And it's super interesting. So yeah, anyway, that's what I've been doing. So if you haven't yet been outside, take your shoes and socks off. Just find a bit of natural earth. It doesn't have to be grass, it could just be, stone. But just make that connection. And it's interesting how different you feel. Hey, Melanie, hello from sunny Cape Cod, Massachusetts. Very nice to see you. So you must just be getting up, is that right? You're behind us, aren't you, here in the UK? Thanks for all your waves. Okay, so today I was going to be joined by my lovely Lily, but sadly she's not so well. So we send you happy vibes, Lil. We send you lots of hearts. I know you'll be tuning in. Lots of love surrounding you. So I thought I would come on here and chat anyway, because I love connecting, and really talk about one of the things that I get asked about so much, which is about thinning hair and hair loss, particularly as we age. Things start to kind of go a little bit awry. And of course, hormones play a part. So big estrogen connection. As we know, we have estrogen receptors all over the body, from our brains right down through our bones, bladder, everywhere. You name it. I mean, it's skin. And that's why everything can take a little bit of a nosedive during perimenopause when our hormones are fluctuating, typically in our 40s, but it can happen earlier. 1 in 100 women go through early menopause in their 30s. It can happen much, much earlier, particularly if you've got surgical menopause, if you have any kind of cancer treatment, for example, where you get plunged into overnight menopause. So it's not just older people, but it can be much younger as well. And estrogen, we have estrogen receptors in our hair follicles. That's one of the reasons why we tend to lose hair, and our hair gets much thinner, much finer. It can be much more brittle, more prone to breaking. And of course, we're losing other things as well. We're losing things like collagen, elastin fibers, our iodine levels are falling. We're getting less able to process the nutrients that we have in our body that support everything. That's why I bang on so much about high protein diets and good healthy fats, because these are the things that build healthy skin cells, healthy nails, healthy hair, all of it. And I often think actually that our skin and our hair, it's often an outward sign of what's going inside, what's going on inside, because it's kind of hard to judge unless we're endlessly doing, blood tests and nutrigenomic testing and all of that, which has its place. I've talked about that before. It is useful. But there's also, I think, visible clues that our body gives us. And certainly things like thinning hair is a bit of a wake up. It's a bit of a sign that things are changing. And there are lots of things that we can do to make a difference. So I thought I would run through some of those and, pop comments, pop questions in. I'll keep an eye on things and try and get through as many as I can. So I guess the starting point, I've covered off hormones. So, if you are struggling, if your hair is falling out, if you are perimenopausal, if you think that estrogen could be playing a part in that and you have yet to kind of talk to anybody about it, obviously on Earle Wellbeing, we've got so many resources. It's a great free resource. There's a whole section actually called menopause, and if you just click on that, you'll get led down lots of rabbit holes and lots of links. And there's my podcast. I've podcasted on hair loss as well, so you can go into the archive. If you type Earle Wellbeing show, hair loss, thinning hair, whatever, you'll get lots of things that pop up that you can listen to. There's also the free Balance Menopause app. I think this is brilliant. It's a great resource for women. Well, I've just seen that my top wasn't playing up so it was playing upright, wasn't playing properly, so I put some toupee tape to try and stick it down, so keep an eye on it. So the Balanced Menopause app is a free resource, free to download. I think there is an upgraded section that you can pay for, but the essential information that you need in the symptom tracker is free, and that's the main thing. And that has lots and lots of different symptoms, including hair loss, including thinning hair. And that is a great starting point just to see where you're at, really. And it can fast track that appointment, that conversation with a GP, because as we know, if you're lucky enough to get a GP appointment, you've got your 8 minutes or so, and technically you're only supposed to talk about one thing. And obviously that we know estrogen loss causes myriad of symptoms. I think there's, 45 and more and counting. So which one are you going to start with? You're going to start with low mood and depression, or hair loss, or achy joints, or loss of libido, or dry eyes, or night sweats. So which one is it? So the great thing about that symptom tracker is that you can fill it in, you keep a little diary, and then you've got that to present to your GP. So you can go in immediately, you fast track that conversation to say, I think some of these symptoms that I'm experiencing may be related to losing estrogen. So this is what I've been tracking. Can we have a conversation about that? So anyway, so that is a really good starting point if you have yet to get the Balanced Menopause app. Maybe you're already on HRT, maybe you're already, fully aware. And what's also really good about that app is they update it all the time with data. So it's like real live information that's coming in, studies, new reports, issues on HRT shortages, all that kind of thing. So it's a really good resource, I think, frankly, for all midlife women. Right, okay, so as you know, we have lots of Liz Loves exclusive discounts, and these are brilliant affiliate code discounts that my team just works so brilliantly to get. So big shout out to Betty, that's one of her jobs. Thank you, Betty. Betty liaises with all kinds of brilliant brands. And when we're thinking about hair loss, I was reminded actually of all the amazing brands that we've worked with over the years and how incredibly helpful they are. So I thought I might just kind of bring them all together in a way. One of the great haircare brands for strengthening hair is Percy and Reed. So I obviously use lots of other brands. I like Michael Van Clock, particularly for hair styling. But if I'm looking to strengthen fine thinning hair, this is the brand that I would go to. So Percy and Reed, and in fact this particular range is called Give Me Strength. And I remember talking to my lovely friend Jenny Sharp, and she's been with Percy and Reed for years now, and she was talking about the clinical trials that they've done, and these are independent trials. This is not just a Trustpilot review, which is nice. You can, there's some validity in that, but actually, you can't beat a clinical trial, in my opinion. And they have done clinical trials to show that it genuinely strengthens the hair. And I'm trying to see if there's any data on here. Okay, yeah, so this is the data that they've written actually on the shampoo pack. After 4 weeks, 82% of people saw less visible breakage. 82% after 4 weeks. That's pretty impressive for a shampoo. And 87 agreed that their hair felt stronger. So of course, if you've got stronger hair that's less likely to split and break, you're going to get shinier hair, you're going to get more volume. So these are the two things that I use, strengthening shampoo and conditioner. And then they have given us a Liz Loves, by the way. I think it's 20%, I'll double check. This was actually their bestseller. This is the hair primer. You're probably aware of makeup primers for the skin, where you can get a hair primer. Who knew, eh? So a hair primer works every time you wash your hair, you use it. And it just gives your hair that extra bit of body so that if you're blow drying, it lasts longer, your hair feels thicker and fuller, and it's stronger. So it's a kind of a bit of a no-brainer really for all hair types. So if you want to thicken up your hair, I think the hair primer, and you can see where I've been using that. That's one of my favourite things. And then once a week, don't know whether you ever saw, I did an Instagram post on Earle Me of me in the shower. Yeah, okay. I'm going to take this tape off now, it's annoying me. It was on a Sunday, and it was like a self-care Sunday, and it was all the things that I do on a Sunday morning when I've got a bit of time. And I've got my hair mask on, I do my kind of exfoliating treatment, bit of body brushing, make a homemade salt and oil body scrub, and just take that time. It's, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes, lock the bathroom door, Occasionally I'll do other things, I might do my nails, might dye my eyebrows, all that kind of stuff happens. That little bit of me time on a Sunday. Well, this is what I use on my hair. So this is called Strengthening Hair Mask. It's Percy and Reed. This is a little travel one. Actually, I've got this here in my studios because I like to have it kind of wherever I am. And I use it weekly, but you can use it more often. And it really genuinely makes a big difference into the thickness and the volume of my hair. And I just think once a week, let's put something back, leave it on. You can actually go to bed with it if you're that organised. You can leave it on overnight and then you can just wash it away. It works. So that is a good one. So let me just double check if you want to know. So Percy and Reed, that's percyandreed.com. Yeah, Liz Loves is 20% off the whole range. The other thing actually I really like about Percy and Reed, this is kind of turning into a Percy and Reed infomercial. It's not meant to be. And they don't even know I'm doing this. But is they do everything in travel sizes. So if you find products that you really like, and it's really annoying, isn't it? Because then you're going away and you're cutting down on weight, on your suitcase, what you can take with you. You can get everything, even things like the mousse, you can get in little travel containers. So really good. And of course, that's also a good way for sampling. If you're thinking, quite like to try this, but not too sure about it, you can buy some travel sizes, before you then invest in the full size. So that is my shampoo and hair care range. This is something, actually, I met this lovely lady at a menopause conference, and she'd had breast cancer and she'd had chemo and her hair had fallen out. And then when it started to regrow, it was very thin, very fine. And her husband is a bit of an engineering guru, and he invented this for her. And I think it's absolutely genius. It's the Manta hairbrush. And it's really soft. It's designed specifically for fine, thinning hair. And I know Lily has one of these. So when she has a really bad migraine and she can't even touch her face or her head, and the legacy of that often just makes everything really heightened and very sensitive. So she finds that she uses this to just comb and brush her hair very gently because it doesn't pull. So I love this, and it's called Manta. So if you know somebody with very fine, thinning, fragile hair, then that's a lovely thing. You could give it to them as a present if you know somebody maybe who is going through a kind of treatment that is causing their hair to suffer. I'll give you the details of that if you're interested. It's called Manta Hair, M-A-N-T-A, mantahair.com, and you get 20% off. And it comes in a little bag, and it's just a lovely, thoughtful gift. Okay, talking about Lily, I should mention actually her cell return. So many of you know that I am a super big fan of LED light, red light, photobiomodulation. Watch this space. You'll be hearing so much more about it in the future because it's totally proven, non-invasive way to regenerate your cells. And I use various different things. I've been an early adopter of the LED cell return mask. This actually travels with me. I take it with me. It has, I think, over 1,200 LED lights. It's probably the most expensive one on the market, but it works. And Good Housekeeping did a test of all their LED products. And this is the one that actually came out top as the one people said, wow, I see a big difference. So frankly, my advice, total transparency here, this is my daughter, but I've looked at the data, this is the one that I use, is if you're going to invest in a piece of LED tech, you may as well buy one that works. Okay, you may as well buy one. I've had this now for, over 2 years, 3 years maybe. It travels with me, super robust, touch wood, it's never broken. I've never had any issues with it. I probably don't treat it that well. It's kind of been on planes and trains and automobiles and all of that. And it's works just as well as it ever did the first day. So I'll just show you when I turn it on. So this is the red light. Now it doesn't flicker in real life. I know you're seeing it flickering because of, bandwidth on phone monitors. It doesn't flicker. So she gets really bad migraine and she uses this even when she has a migraine. So it's not flickery. So the red light is very healing. So that's how she first discovered it. She discovered it for pain. And many people who have real issues with pain find that red light can be very helpful. This is actually a medical grade device. So I think it's the only one on the market in the UK that is medical grade. Anyway, I use this at night because it also helps you sleep and it then regenerates your skin. It's definitely part of my kind of pro-aging routine for my skin. So that's the red light. Blue, which is clarifying, so that's acne and breakouts. So I've got younger members of my family who use this on the blue light. And then pink is for inflammation. So we're talking rosacea, psoriasis, breakouts. You can get inflamed skin. It's just a great thing. And then there's a fast mode, which I'll probably use tonight actually because I'm going out tonight. So that's just a 9-minute quick cycle. Anyway, I just wanted to demo that because, oh, thank you very much. It talks to you as well. It's very polite. She's also got the Hair Alpha Ray. So I don't have one here. Actually, I don't have the hair one because, you know, kind of my hair is good. But if your hair is thinning, and a lot of guys have these, this is a great present for a bloke, okay? So it looks a bit like a motorcycle helmet. So it doesn't, it's kind of not dissimilar to this. If you go on her website, you'll have a look. It's a bit like, kind of a bit like that. Now, the reason that you can't use this on your hair is because the wavelengths are different. So the key thing about LED light is there's lots of different bandwidths. So just as I say to everybody, get up first thing in the morning, go outside, look towards the sun, look up. Why am I saying to do that? Why am I saying you don't need sunscreen early in the morning? You're outside looking at the sun. Surely everyone's saying, put your sunscreen on, you know, don't look at the sun with a naked skin, naked eyes. Well, yeah, first thing, it's fine because the bandwidth changes. And first thing in the morning, you're getting near infrared, which is very healing, very calming. It actually sets up our circadian rhythm, so we sleep better. If you go out first thing in the morning, get that early morning light, particularly on your unexposed eyeballs. Okay, that's why I say no glasses, no sunglasses, no contact lenses. Don't do it through a glass window. You physically are outside and you're connecting with that fabulous, great energy ball in the sky as it's coming up. Okay, the rays change once we get to kind of like 10 o'clock. Yeah, you need your sunscreen because it's the UV and it's all changing. And then as the day progresses, then we get to sunset. And of course, what happens at sunset, same as sunrise, the sun is red. Why is it red? Because it's giving off red light. It's super, super interesting. So yeah, go out in the evening. Go out, you know, sit outside in the evening, watch the sunset, you know, get that lovely red healing light. So there's lots of different bandwidths. So the way that the face mask works is that, oh, sorry, I've just switched you on again. I'm going to have to turn you off. Sorry, my friend. Is that it's the wavelength of the bandwidths in here, the little lights, are specifically designed to penetrate the mitochondria and the DNA of skin cells to regenerate them. But the Hair Alpha Ray, which is the helmet, that's all to do with regenerating hair follicles, getting them to grow more hair. And of course, you're not going to want to grow hair on your face, are you? So that's why the bandwidths are different. So the helmet, if you look on her website, cellreturn.co.uk, I think is the website, or is it Cell Return UK? I'll just check that for you. I'll make sure we pop all the links on here afterwards anyway. Let me just check. So Cell Return, yeah, cellreturn.co.uk. Has a different bandwidth. And I remember talking to the lovely makeup artist, Ruby Hammer, good friend of mine, known her for so many years. She's amazing. Actually, she was in our magazine recently talking about Better Second Half. Did you see her? She's incredible. I think, is she in her 60s? I think she might be. Anyway, she, I don't know, looks half that. But she'd had a real issue during menopause with thinning hair. And I was chatting to her kind of about something completely different. And I think we were talking about her lovely makeup line, actually, and she happened to mention this. And I said, Ruby, I said afterwards, listen, I think you should try the Hair Alpha Ray. And if you like, I'll connect you with Lily, because I'm sure she'll lend you one just to have a go and see. And sure enough, her hair started to regrow really quickly. And she said, oh my gosh. And she actually ended up doing a free Instagram live for Lily. It was like not an ad. It was just like, I've just discovered this. And it's amazing. It's not a cheap piece of kit, but it really works. And I think for guys particularly, if a guy is considering something like a hair transplant, which is extremely expensive, quite invasive, very painful, and doesn't always work, you know, at least try this first because it's super safe, super easy. You can just, you know, sit in front of the TV with your little helmet on for 20 minutes and lo and behold, your hair starts to regrow. So they're very good with their customer care. They've got dermatologists and doctors on their advisory panel. So you can actually take a photograph of your hair and write a little email and say what the issue is. And they will advise you. And if they don't think it's going to work for you, they'll advise you not to buy it. Because there are certain types of male pattern baldness or androgenic hair loss or whatever that it may not respond to. So a lot of it will, but there are certain types that it may not. And they don't want to sell you something that's not going to work. You know, that's not what they're about. They're about results and great reviews. So definitely, we do have a Liz Loves code. It's 10% on everything at Cell Return, including the face mask actually. It's slightly different code. It's Liz Loves 23. Okay, Liz Loves 23. So make a note of that if you would like to look at the Hair Alpha Ray or the face mask. And actually yesterday, you might have seen, I was feeling a bit under the weather yesterday. I think I've been doing too much and truth be known, a bit of partying as well and late nights, and it just all got on top of me and I had a really super bad headache. It was like a migraine type headache, which I haven't had for a long, long time. And Sam, if you're watching, I know I was supposed to podcast with you and I couldn't, and I'm really, really sorry. We will redo it. It was actually something that sent me to bed for a while. So what I did was I have this from Lily. This is the Earle Ray. And if you see, it also has the red light. And it's the first 360 degree. So you'd wear it like this. And what I love about this is that I wear it in the morning. I usually wear it when I'm making my coffee or whatever, because you just get on with the day and you can wear this wherever you are. And sometimes I love it so much I might put it on twice, thinking, let's sort out a crepey neck, because the neck ages really quickly and it shows signs of aging super fast. It doesn't have very many sebaceous glands, so it tends to age really quite fast, like the skin on the back of our hands will do the same. And so if you can just fortify that skin, again, simply and easily. But what I did yesterday was I remembered the studies looking at inflammation and red light. So I actually wore it backwards, because you can see it's shaped for your neck. So I actually wore it that way round, so it was quite high on the back of my neck. You'll see it might see it on my Instagram stories. And I just lay down and I took some magnesium, because that was really helpful, and I was doing my breathing and just trying to, get over it really. And I did. I got over it really quickly, and I'm sure this helped. So I just kept pressing the red light button again and again, and I'm convinced that it helps. So if any of you suffer from tense neck pain, headaches, and you've got the Earle Ray, don't forget that if pain strikes, try it and see how you get on, because I'm convinced it helped for me. And actually, talking about skin on the back of our hands, I really want Lily to make one for the hands, because what I'll do in the evening sometimes, I'll have it next to me on the sofa and I'll just put it on the red mode and I'll just sit with it over my hand, thinking, hey, come on, let's create some more collagen in my hand. Let's do a simple, non-invasive way to get the skin looking better. And actually, talking about collagen, of course, is vital for healthy skin and healthy hair. We know that when we have good collagen supplies, our skin looks better, it's plumper, it's smoother. Our hair is also stronger and fortified. And we lose collagen at the rate of, I think by the time we're in our 50s, have we lost about a third of our collagen? So, and what we do is we kind of lose the ability to make it, because the body's creating collagen from protein. So that's why it's really important to eat a high protein diet. But we lose that ability. So we're still doing it. And even if you're eating a high protein diet, which I personally do, and I think it's a really good thing to do as we age, it's all good for sarcopenia, for muscle mass and bone density and all of that. We need the protein. But we're not able to create collagen naturally as well as we used to. So one fast track way, of course, is to take it. And I'm often asked, do I take collagen? Yes, I take collagen. What type do I take? Well, I take Ingenious Active, Ingenious Beauty, actually. And no, they don't pay me to say this. Don't actually think they have any brand ambassadors that they pay. Everyone just talks about it because it's really good. We do have an affiliate code with them, so if you want to buy it, I highly recommend it. I buy it personally. It is Ingenious Beauty. So their website is called feelingingenious.com. And Liz Loves, which is the code, that gets you 15% off. That's what I use. So I take 3 of these a day, or 4 of them. I think the active ones are 4, the regular ones are 3. It's slightly pink in colour because it contains astaxanthin, super powerful antioxidant, very good for the skin in the sun, actually, because it helps to repair sun damage. And it also contains hyaluronic acid. So 3 things: hyaluronic acid, astaxanthin and collagen peptides. So it's got the molecularly small collagen peptides, marine derived. So these are the ones that we know works. So why a capsule? Okay, so the science is this. If you take collagen, normally if you take a powder or a liquid, what's happening is it's broken down by the acids in the stomach. So it's broken down into its component parts, its amino acids. Now, that's not to say that it's not going to have an effect. Sure, it may well have an effect. but you've got it in your stomach, and then your stomach has to circulate those amino acids. It doesn't circulate collagen, it circulates the amino acids to give your body the building blocks it needs to create its own collagen. Okay, that's how it works technically. If you have an encapsulated collagen, and there are various different brands that you can find in capsules, they go through the stomach, they bypass the stomach acids, and then the theory is that they release their cargo of collagen peptides and other goodies, hyaluronic acid, astaxanthin, in the small intestine. The small intestine is the area of the body where we absorb our nutrients. You really want to try and get nutrients into the small intestine, not get them broken down by the stomach. The stomach has super powerful stomach acids. You know, it'll dissolve most things. It's really, really hardcore. So you want to try and get, that's why I like things like liposomal supplements, because they go straight into the cells, they bypass the stomach. And this product, Ingenious Beauty, was developed by clinical professors. There's a professor at King's, and they've done randomized controlled trials. That's the gold standard, double-blind, placebo-controlled, independent trial, proving that this little capsule gets into the small intestine. And they very cleverly have used a special encapsulation process that changes, the pH changes. So you can imagine if you're a little capsule, you're swallowed, you go down into the stomach, you hit the stomach acids, okay? Super acidic environment. You survive it because you're encapsulated strong. You go down, you pass through the digestive system, you get down into the small intestine. So what's going to happen there to make you release your cargo? Well, what happens in the small intestine is the pH changes. Okay, it becomes much more alkaline as an environment. And this encapsulation has been designed to dissolve in that specific pH. So it's designed to withstand the stomach acids, get into the small intestine, and that's where it dissolves. And they've clinically proven it. They've tracked it, they've proven it, they've measured it. Go onto their website, have a look at the data. I think it's sound. I have to say I was very skeptical about collagen a few years ago because, you know, I thought I eat a lot of protein. I know that the amino acids are going to get released in the stomach. I'm not convinced. Haven't seen any randomized clinical controlled trials. Lots of anecdotal evidence, which is great. I'm not dissing that. You know, if people say it works for them, great. But I do like a nice study to prove it. And then this came along and I take it every day. I wouldn't be without it. You know, when I travel, it's one of the things that absolutely always comes with me. And of course, the great benefit of collagen, we're talking about hair loss here, is it's really good for the hair as well. That's a byproduct. And interestingly, you know, I have noticed that my skin on my face is plumper and smoother, but my skin all over is. You know, of course, it's not just selecting your face. If you start taking it regularly, you find that, you know, the skin on your arms is better, your body skin is better, overall it's better. So that is collagen. I also like Manifesto gummies. So if you want a little bit of a sweet treat, this is really lovely. These are delicious gummies, and they've got lots of good things in there that really help to support skin, hair and nails. They've got astaxanthin in it again, so that's another key word to watch out for. And they also contain biotin. Biotin is a B vitamin specifically shown to help with hair growth. So if hair loss, hair thinning is something that you're concerned about, I would really recommend these. They're super cute. They come in a lovely little tin. They taste great. You can pop one of these. It's like a little chewy, sweet, it's pink because of the astaxanthin. Really nice, actually. Tastes good. This has got zinc, biotin, vitamin A, astaxanthin, vitamin C. Really good combination, and great for hair. Okay, great for the skin, great for everything. Nice, cute little tin. Nice present, don't you think, for a girlfriend? Somebody's got everything. Somebody needs a bit of a pick-me-up. Who maybe is really into their skincare, but you think, yeah, great, actually, why don't you try these? So they are at Manifesto-Nutrition. Manifesto-nutrition.com, and Liz Loves gets you 15% off. Okay, so that is about it. But just to say, I wrote a book years and years ago on hair loss. Written quite a few books, actually. But there's quite a few ebooks on Amazon. Yeah, I know Amazon, but it was the only platform that we could put them on. It's $1.99, so super cheap. And it's got all the information in there about thinning hair and hair loss. And I wrote quite a lot about drug treatments, about things that you could get from your doctor things that you can buy over the counter, things like minoxidil, Regain, how they work, supplement protocols, vitamins, things that are backed by science, basically, herbs that can work, why we get hair loss, the different types of hair loss, so male pattern baldness, aging, age-related, genetics, all of that. So if you are really suffering and would like a bit of information, I suggest you head over to Amazon. If you just look up Liz Earle hair loss, I'm sure it will pop up. It's just a $1.99 e-guide, and it's got links in there as well. And I think that would be probably a good place to start, actually. And then maybe recap on this with some of the things that I've talked about today. So just to say before I go, lovely to chat to Grace at Studio 10 and do our makeup tutorial. I'm loving her plumping blush, which of course is this lovely one. So good for the summer. Thank you, Grace. Wishing you massive good luck with the launch of your new product, which is the Hydrofusion Daily Defense. Loving that. Did you listen to her? 5-in-1. Oh my gosh. Peptides, astaxanthin. Coming back to that word again, aren't we? Hyaluronic acid. Really, really good. Got it on my face. Love it. Well done, Grace. Thank you for our Liz Loves. Let me just check the details on that. That is 20% off, studio10beauty.com. And we do, of course, have a gift, a subscription gift from Life Armour, another fab female founder brand. This is the full size of the Drops of Balance, if you're feeling that you need just a little bit of balance. Actually, I need some balance. I should have taken that yesterday. I think I was feeling too rotten to even kind of think about it. But this is the ashwagandha that you take sublingually under the tongue. Really good stuff. Actually, you can take it 3 or 4 times a day. And of course, they also have the Super Me, which is the ashwagandha capsules. Really good. Great formula. Check them out. Love Life Armour. Really lovely brand. I discovered them during lockdown and have never looked back. They have also given us a discount, of course, with Liz Loves, but this is a freebie. So if you subscribe to the magazine, this would normally cost you £22.50. I think the magazine subscription is about £30. So, you know, you're kind of getting the whole magazine for not very much. And you can either keep this for yourself or you can give it to somebody else. If you wanted to gift a gift subscription to somebody as a present, why not? Lovely, lovely present. You just put in the notes on the order form that you'd like to have the gift sent to you separately. And you can have the gift and, you know, you can give the gift to the magazine. So we do have a new magazine coming quite soon, of course. We've got the July-August issue, the summer issue, which will be coming out on the 1st of July. I've just seen the cover. It's really, really good. I put a sneaky little pic on my Insta stories. I had to kind of shade it out. Otherwise, my editor, Ellie, she gets really cross if I go too soon. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that little sneaky peek. I'll see if I can get away with another one quite soon because it's a fun issue. You'll really love it, actually. It's all about how to feel good. So that is it. Talking about feeling good, before I go, just to say a huge thank you to everyone who supported International Health Partners. You may remember that I recorded their appeal for BBC Radio 4 about a month ago, and it was amazing. We raised over £38,000 for that charity, and they are an extraordinary charity. They do so much good work, particularly for women and children in vulnerable communities where there's no access to healthcare. They are extraordinary. They told me some crazy figure that every £1 donated can save up to 4 lives. I mean, it's amazing. You know, the value that they give is extraordinary. Anyway, I was absolutely thrilled to hear that. So thank you for everybody who supported. If you want to check them out, International Health Partners is the name, and their website is IHP, International Health Partners, ihpuk.org. Okay, .org because they're a charity. ihpuk.org. So it was an absolute pleasure, and it's a charity that I've supported for many, many, many years, and I was delighted when they asked me if I would be the voice for the Radio 4 appeal. Okay, that's it for today. I hope you have got a lovely weekend planned. What are you doing? You've got special things planned? I have. I've got some end-of-term stuff, because I've got a leaver who's going to be leaving his current school quite soon, so we've got various things going on. And when I'm going to a friend's leaving party because he's leaving his job and changing, and that's going to be really wild. So I'll put lots of little fun behind the scenes on my stories. I'm back with you live on Tuesday. So Tuesday, I will probably be back in the West Country for that live. And we're going to have a really interesting chat about herbs and phytonutrients for midlife and I'm going to be joined by a brilliant brand founder, and we're going to look particularly at benefits for skin and for hair and for perimenopause and beyond. So looking forward to that. Always love a bit of science. I hope you'll join me. In the meantime, make sure that you're signed up to the newsletter. That comes out tomorrow, every Friday, from Earle Wellbeing, and of course a brand new episode of the Earle Wellbeing Show podcast to enjoy this weekend. So until then, I'll see you next week. Have a lovely weekend.